Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here to do some crumbing with you. I have a lot to show you tonight, and I think this is probably, though, going to be more vlog style than actually showing you tips. But it might seem like repeat to some of you, and I'm doing that because I have gotten a lot of people telling me that they are struggling with this. They want to do it, but they're struggling. And I can't reply to all the private messages I get. I can't reply to them like I don't even try. Because I get so many, and I do read some. It gives me ideas of what I should be talking about, but I just can't be replying. I find it's very hard for me to do in a social way and then in a time management way. So I'm just going to try to help you guys who are struggling here tonight. It seems like the stumbling block, no pun intended, is that I think most of the people who want to give up are trying to put together like a block at a time. And I personally would not ever want to attempt to make crumb blocks that way. I work like I'm on an assembly line, and I am going to show you that again tonight. If you're just trying to put little pieces together to make a block, and when you're doing it that way, you're probably putting some thought into what goes with what. You got to throw all that way of thinking out the window. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to cut some pieces that will be similar to what some of you will be getting in the Crumb Quilt lots that you bought. And I'm sorry that I couldn't offer more of that. And I will guarantee I'm never doing it again. I'm not sad that I did it. I'm very happy for these pieces to find new homes. And I will be doing lots with smaller pieces, but not shapes, to figure out the geometrics of all of that and to know that everybody's getting equal cuts, and that's just a nightmare. And I'm actually very, very quick at it. You know, I just know. I'm like, cut this, cut this, cut this. But 100 prints is a lot. But I do want to offer like strips and also like just squares. And that's going to be so awesome for when we do a scrappy quilt together. And, you know, just different things. And I may even have it be by weight so that I don't have to make it all matchy-matchy. It would be like more grab bag style by weight. You get a pound of fabric, something like that. We'll figure it out, but I will continue doing that. And it just won't be what I'm doing right now. But for now, I'm going to show you, no matter what you get for fabric, I'm going to show you how to start with pieces that you might have and how to just make it work. But I do think that the trick is, for those of you struggling, is do not try to make one block at a time. Do not put any thought into what is going together. The only thought I put into it is if a print is touching its actual identical self. And you can even do that. I just don't happen to do it that way. And you don't have to get caught up on making it tiny crumbs. You can have it be bigger if you want. I know crumbs means small, and I've had people argue with me about that. And I don't care. I'm not caught up in what you do. You can do whatever you want. But a crumb to me is something tiny. Am I the only one who feels that way? A crumb is a crumb. I just don't need people to give me a hard time over such stupid things. Please, people, please calm down. Here's what I did last night, not on camera. I could not turn the camera on because I knew I would not be doing any editing. I was exhausted, but I was drawn to the sewing machine. And I had several bags of crumbs of all shapes and sizes, but mostly crumbs, little crumbs. And it was getting to the point where they were like so just all mixed up, and I'm, you know, like having to try to dig to find pieces. So I just dumped all those crumbs out, and I just started just sending them through, chain piecing, either 2 crumbs together, or if I found a strip, I would sew the crumbs to the strip. Wait till you see what I got done. I'm not looking forward to pressing all this. And I still had some crumbs left, but for the most part, and I didn't do just crumbs, I also attached pieces that I already had started making. my God, this is crazy. Okay, here we go. Do 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 do. Do you like the song? I don't even know if you could really see that. That's just the beginning, folks. Here's the next one. And the next one, oh, this one is just a strip with the little pieces on it. I have to press all that open. Oh, we have some other little things attached. Gotta press all that, cut all that shit. My God, I'm so busy. Oh, this one looks like, some people call them banners, some people call them buntings, like with the little flags. Let's see, I'll do it this way. I don't know which way to show you. It's such a complicated job I have. Okay, like this. So you can see I was busy. Whoa. Yowza. More. Aren't you bored? I'm bored. Look at these guys. It's just like... just little pieces, and some of them are little pieces that I just attach all by themselves like this. So just a little piece attached to that. It's just silly. Little piece attached there, little pieces attached. But I like to save my little crumbs. Anyway. Whoa, what's that guy? I must have been more tired than I thought. He's showing off. Oh my goodness, I don't want to iron all this. Gee whiz. Okay, this is the last one, but it's a doozy. Good God, my arms are tired just holding this up. You can see I do have some big things that, you know, I started piecing and it's like, well, it fits on there. I'm going to shove it on there. Look at these little ones. Again, just little pieces like this. Oh my goodness me. Something's wrong with me. Okay, that's all. So it looks like all this. I mean, it's a lot here. This was all in 2 bags, and now it's all nice and organized and ready to be pressed and cut and put together to create actual blocks. So let me just get some stuff set up, and then we're just going to sit at the sewing machine and I'm going to chat with you as we go. I just cut a whole bunch of pieces like I'm starting from scratch, from brand new. I'm going to be doing my chain piecing. What you want to do is just grab 2 pieces, any 2 pieces, put them right sides together with one edge matching, and sew those. When you're no longer sewing 2 fabrics together, you stop. You don't need to sew on this because you're just gonna mess it up by putting thread there. So you can like just turn it to the side if you want. Just pull it a little bit, but just leave it there. You're not going to snip it. Now here's a fairly big piece. You can cut this right now if you feel like it, or you can just sit and put 2 pieces together. I happen to have this that kind of sort of fits there. So I'm going to put those together, matching up those edges. That worked out great. Let me grab 2 more. Okay, I have one like this and one like this. This is longer, I don't care. It's actually easier if you put the longer piece on the bottom, then put the other piece on top. Then you know when to stop. Woo! Let's see, 2 more. Just looking. I'm looking for like odd so that you guys know it doesn't have to be all matchy-matchy or the sizes either. This goes here. I'm putting the longer one on the bottom. Now I'm going to show you something. Okay, so let's get this off. Now with this one, you can stop here, put push it aside, or because we have room here, we can add another piece. So let's do that. You're thinking of this piece as like a strip, for like when we just sew on a strip. Now look, here is a strip, but I'm just going to put it this way, so it will fit there. Now I'm just going to snip and show you guys that when this one gets pressed open, we're just going to be cutting that right here. So you're going to have two individual pieces that you just made. So you would just do this to start. Do this like a lot. Make a lot of these. You can press and open and snip as you go, but you want a lot of combinations because that's how you're going to be able to start building a bunch of blocks at once. You need a big variety. You don't want to be like messing around saying, well, I'm going to put this piece here and this piece there. No, you don't want to do that. So let me go press these and I'll be right back. And I totally snip these apart before going to the iron. The only things I don't snip apart are things that are sewn onto a strip. That I just leave those two there, and then it makes it very easy to just push those up and press. And before I forget, if you are new to this series, please go see the other videos that I have done up to this point. There is a playlist link in the description box down below, down there somewhere, and also in the pinned comment and on the end screen. Again, this is a repeat for some of you guys, but many of you are just watching just to hang out with me, which I appreciate totally, and I think it will be helpful for those who are struggling. So I have these pressed open. I'm not going to change the size of them right now. I'm just leaving them like that. But this one I just wanted to show you again. This is going to be cut. So I'm going to just cut it here to go with this strip like this. And this one can be trimmed right now, or we can just wait. I'll just wait. I see it's got a straight side there. That's what we care about. And again, I don't necessarily think I'll be using it with all this length, but for now, I'm going to keep it there. Let's just pretend that we have 50 things like this that we put together. We'll call them two patches because there's two pieces. We're going to start putting those together. Now, obviously, if you've got stuff already made and started, you can include those too. And I will do that just to show you, again, what I'm talking about. This is all I was down to for Crumbs. And I had 2 big bags like this full. It felt good to get all that done. Okay, so let's just say we're just working with these. I'm going to take 2 of our 2 patches, and I'm just going to decide a little bit, like that goes good there. I could attach it there. My only thing is there's a lot of fabric there, and it's okay. You don't have to worry that much. You can cut it there. I kind of like to make intersections do funky things. So let's just put those 2 together, just like that. And I'm not doing it because the intersections are kind of matching. I don't actually like it when intersections match that much. It's just a coincidence. Let's put them together like this. Whoops. So when we open that, we're going to have something like this. And then we can start trimming and making it smaller. Let's grab 2 more. Let's look at this guy and this guy. Let's do this. Let's put those together like that. And again, I forgot, I snipped. We're not snipping, we're leaving it there. Do I have 2 others put together? I have these 2. Come on, didn't I make more than that? I couldn't have used everything that we just made. Well, let's show this then. Let's say we don't have another 2 patch to work with. Generally, I would just sit here now and send all the 2 patches through. But you can also just add another piece. So let's add this right here. And again, it's a coincidence that that just happened to be the right size. You don't want to be worried about that. You just send them through no matter what. I don't seem to have any more 2 patches, so let me just show you what we can do with these. Again, you would want to send a whole bunch of these through. I'm just going to go press these open. Now we have 4 patches when we put a bunch of 2 patches together. Just try this method if you're struggling. Sit and make a bunch of 2 patches, and I'm talking a bunch, and then put 2 and 2 together to make a 4 patch. At this point now, you can start to trim a little bit and say, well, maybe I'll cut this not so wide It depends on what you like your blocks to look like. I like mine to look crummy, so I might cut this way, and we're saving this sucker. You know that. I would be ashamed of you if you tossed that out. It takes us a long time to make this. And then I'm going to probably cut this way, and then like over here. So see, I have a nice little beginning of something here, and we will be adding to that. And then the same here. Let's just maybe trim him like this, and maybe this one like this. So I'm just cutting these things. Some have intersections, some don't, but it just gave us a whole lot of more pieces to work with. And again, now we can take 2 of these and pass them through. Let's pass these together. The things that we just trimmed. Any 2 straight edges, I'm putting them together. And I'm going to stop there. And I actually have a little piece of fabric left that I could sew something on if I wanted. Now actually, do I have any crumbs here that I can save a crumb? Well, let's cut this. Look, we have a crumb. I'm going to put that crumb right there. I call it filling the strip. And I like to do that. Now let's pass something else through. Let's see here. We can snip this, make this a little bit more even. And, ooh, let's for the heck of it put that there, diagonally. Going to stop at that fabric right there. Let's put something else through. All right, see, I'm going to do it here because I want the intersections to be hooking up. They need a date night. But I have all this. I can put something there. So let's just put a piece of fabric like that. Now look, we have this piece here with just this little tiny piece. Now I could, again, do the same thing. Let's try, you know, putting something here. But I also want to put something up here. Let's do a 4 patch and add that sucker right there. Look at us. Oh, we're so good. Okay, I hope you're starting to understand, and you would just keep doing that. You see how I'm not concerned about fabrics? I'm not concerned about what the final block is going to look like. I'm not concerned about these things. Now let's look at a couple of things. Remember this one that I added on the diagonal? I just like it so much. I can leave it that way, or if I want, I can trim. You know, it just shows how it would be a very cute block. Let me show you. If I want to do a straight line like this, see how it just puts that nice little piece on the corner? Isn't that just precious? It is. These are the pieces that were sewn on a strip, so I'm just going to cut them like that. Everything else looks good. This was on a strip, so we do cut this like this, and then that gets opened up like that. Then you would just keep building. Now look how fast at this point, you know, if we put something together like that, let's do. First, I'm going to even up this, I'm calling it the mountain. So I need something there that I'm going to open up and trim and make a straight line. So let's do that. That should be big enough, I think. Going to put that there. Going to follow my line and just snip straight up. Now I created a more straight line. I could have gone on the diagonal, but I just want to show you that again. And I'm going to start down here. That's going to give me a bigger block. Let's go. And look at the awesomeness. And once, oh, we have a little forgotten piece here. So he needs to get cut off like that, because he's an actual piece that has been put together, a 2-patch, a skinny one. But you can get the idea. We start to have things coming together. And then the other thing that we love so much that we figured out is anything can be done on the diagonal. Gee, I wish I had 2 pieces sort of kind of this size. Do I or do I not? God, I have this gigantic one. Oh, that's because I used that for a tutorial. But let's say that we would just put one on top of the other like this and sew on the diagonal and then cut on one side. When you flip, you get all that diagonal wild and crazy stuff going on. And I really like the looks of that. Maybe we can do that as a quick tip tomorrow when I'm more awake and I can plan it better. So the last thing we're going to do is just once again now show you the other thing that's very good to do is if you have a strip, a long strip, it doesn't have to be a long strip. You want to just add to it. Anything that you can find. It can be another long strip. That will be the beginning of something else. You can cut that into a bunch of sections. Now you can add any piece that you've already put together in any direction. Let's do it this way for this guy. It's just putting this color on a bunch of different blocks at once. And if your strip is wide, like if I wanted to send this strip through, you can in advance cut it in half and then send both through. Or you can sew on this side, turn it, add to this side, press everything open and cut in the middle. I've showed you that somewhere in one of the videos. I know I did. Let's put him. Let's add this. Let's do it this way. When I say let's do it this way or that way, I just kind of look at like, is there a straight line for me? Yes, I see a straight line there, so I'm going to put the edge there. Now look, there's a little triangle here. Let's keep that in the picture. I can go like this or I could go this way. Doesn't matter. Let's just go like this for now. And let's save this that we just found and saved. We saved its life. Got this little thing. We have this nice triangle. Oh, that's got two colors on it. So I'm going to put this side on, so I know we're going to save this. So let's lay it down like that. When pieces are little, I try to do, you know, like maybe 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. I just try to stay close to the edge without, like, obviously going off the edge. It just helps to save your fabric. I mean, it's tiny. You don't want it to get all eaten up. Okay, shall we? We shall. Let's shove this guy here. I think I can get him in before that selvage. We can, right there. Ah, so exciting. And again, I think I'll actually stop now for the sake of editing. I would just press these open, and then every one of them gets snipped, you know, like that, and trimmed off like that. And now you'd have a new block that you can start with and do something else. I hope this helped. I don't want you guys to be struggling and be sad about it. It does just take a lot of unthinking. I think we think too hard sometimes. You have to just, like I said, try just shoving 2 pieces at a time under there. Just try doing that and get that under your belt. It is the most fun part for me, is the beginning. I just loved sitting and chain piecing. Absolutely love to do that. I will try to have a quick tip for you tomorrow. I like the quick tips better for actually teaching a lesson, and then I can just, you know, continue to bore you guys to tears with my sewing vlogs. Do subscribe. I have some ideas for the next quilting project. I think the next one might involve a panel. I want to do something that is not as time consuming for the next one. I mean, I love this. We'll come back to Scrappy. I want to do that too. But the next one probably will be something that will be quicker and easier. And with a panel, like, you know, like those wall hanging type panels, I'm thinking. So if you happen to find a panel that you like, hang on to it, because we will be doing something with that down the road. All right? All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye!